Do you want to maximize your muscle? Do you want to get the most out of your training? The answer is simple. Take 1 to 2 days off per week. Complete rest. Optimize your nutrition and sleep. Why does it work? This slide explains everything. Training is stress that breaks down your muscle. Every time you lift weight, micro-damage occurs in your muscle fibers. This is the first trigger for muscle growth. But muscle doesn't grow in the gym. It grows during rest. The stimulus from exercise and adaptation during rest. This is the cycle that builds muscle. What's the long-term result? Proper rest days prevent overtraining and maximize hypertrophy. Rest builds muscle. This is a fact proven by exercise physiology. Not a hypothesis. It's a mechanism established by data. And this is achievable. 1 to 2 complete rest days per week. 7 hours or more of quality sleep. This is how you maximize your muscle. Today, let me show you the science behind it. Let's look at the moment muscle grows, scientifically. You lift a barbell. Your muscle fibers contract, and mechanical stress transfers to the cells. At this moment, a molecular pathway called mTORC1 activates. mTORC1 is one of the primary pathways involved in muscle protein synthesis. Muscle contraction and post-workout protein intake activate this pathway. And what happens? Muscle protein synthesis begins. This process starts immediately after exercise and continues for 24 to 48 hours. Trained individuals peak earlier, while beginners can continue up to 72 hours. In other words, your muscle is growing most when you're resting on the couch. But it's not just about mTORC1. Recovery, total daily protein intake, and sleep. All of these determine your results. But here's an important fact. Hypertrophy isn't determined by rest days alone. What matters is ensuring total weekly sets and intensity while allowing adequate recovery time between sessions for the same muscle groups. As a 2017 study in the Journal of Sports Sciences shows, hypertrophy tends to increase with weekly training volume, meaning total sets performed. Furthermore, a 2018 meta-analysis in sports medicine showed that when total weekly volume is matched, differences due to training frequency are limited. In other words, how many days you rest per week matters less than how many sets you do per week and how much recovery time you allow for the same muscle groups. As a guideline, allow at least 48 hours between sessions for the same muscle groups. And manage total volume while monitoring fatigue signs. This is the science-based hypertrophy strategy. So what happens if recovery is insufficient? You train the same muscle groups with high intensity and high volume on consecutive days. Monday, you hammer chest hard. Tuesday, chest again. Wednesday, chest again. Your body recognizes this as stress. The hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis is excessively stimulated and cortisol is released. Cortisol, the stress hormone. As a 2005 review in Sports Medicine shows, insufficient rest or excessive training load can lead to increased stress response and delayed recovery. And what does this chronic elevation of cortisol do? It breaks down muscle protein. It destroys the very muscle you worked so hard to build. The exact numbers vary widely depending on measurement conditions, but the principle is the same. Don't ignore the signs of fatigue. Your performance is declining. You can't lift your usual weight. This is a warning from your body. But it's not just about muscle. It's your central nervous system, your CNS. Every time you lift heavy weight, your CNS is working at full capacity. Motor neurons send signals and recruit muscle fibers. Neurotransmitters are depleted. As a 2017 review in Sports Medicine shows, complete CNS recovery from high-intensity training can take up to 72 hours in some cases. On the other hand, normal training often allows recovery within 24 hours. Individual differences are significant. What happens if you train while your CNS is still fatigued? Motor unit recruitment declines. Reaction time increases. Coordination decreases. The result? Performance drops and injury risk increases. The more consecutive heavy, high-intensity days you have, the more valuable recovery days become. This is the price of ignoring rest. So how do you maximize recovery? Sleep. Deep sleep, the first few hours of slow-wave sleep. During this time, your pituitary gland releases large amounts of growth hormone. This growth hormone is the command center for muscle repair. It promotes muscle protein synthesis. It breaks down fat and supplies energy. It improves glucose uptake. All of this happens while you're sleeping deeply. Adults generally need 7 hours or more of quality sleep. Individual differences exist. Teenagers need longer sleep durations. If you cut sleep, no matter how much you train, your muscle won't grow. And here's another fact recent research shows. Pre-bed protein intake, especially slow-digesting protein like casein, helps nighttime muscle synthesis. Not just post-workout, but sufficient protein intake throughout the 24-hour cycle. This accelerates recovery. Complete rest isn't the only form of recovery. There's a method called active recovery, light aerobic exercise. 40 to 60% of your maximum heart rate. Walking, light cycling, slow swimming. What does this do? It improves blood flow. It helps subjective recovery sensation. However, as a 2018 review in Frontiers in Physiology shows, it doesn't necessarily significantly shorten recovery from muscle damage. It's important to implement this based on your fatigue level. And stretching. It relieves muscle tension and improves flexibility. Furthermore, recent research is focusing on vibration therapy and fascial care like foam rolling. Massage guns and foam rollers have been shown to be effective for improving blood flow and sensory fatigue recovery. These are not replacements for complete rest. They're complementary. 1 to 2 complete rest days per week, plus 2 to 3 active recovery days per week. This is the optimal recovery protocol. But how do you know when rest is insufficient? Look at your body's signals. First, declining performance. You can't lift your usual weight. Your reps decrease. If this continues for more than 2 weeks, it's a warning. Second, insomnia. You're exhausted but can't sleep. This is nervous system hyperexcitability. Third, loss of appetite. You need nutrition to build muscle, but you don't want to eat. These are signs of overtraining syndrome. The solution? Deload. As a guideline, every 4 to 8 weeks, intentionally reduce training. How you reduce it is flexible. Lighten the weight slightly. Reduce the number of sets. Lower the frequency. Or combine these. Generally, the recommended method is to reduce volume, meaning sets, by about 50%, while maintaining or reducing weight by 10 to 20%. This period allows your neuroendocrine system to recover. Planned rest enables long-term growth. Now let me organize today's key points. Here's today's summary. First, ensure 1 to 2 rest days per week. However, hypertrophy isn't determined by rest days alone. What matters is ensuring total weekly sets while allowing at least 48 hours between sessions for the same muscle groups. This normalizes the stress response and promotes muscle synthesis. Managing weekly total volume determines your results. Second, adults need 7 hours or more of quality sleep. Growth hormone is released during deep sleep. Muscle repair is maximized, and pre-bed protein intake helps nighttime muscle synthesis. Not just post-workout, but sufficient protein intake throughout the 24-hour cycle. This is the core of recovery. Third, every 4 to 8 weeks, introduce a deload. Reduce volume by about 50% or reduce weight by 10 to 20%. This allows CNS recovery and prevents overtraining. Planned rest enables long-term growth. What's your recovery strategy? How many days do you rest per week? And how many sets do you perform? Share your strategy in the comments. Thanks for investing in your health today. This channel explores the mechanisms of the human body and the science of health. Evidence, not emotion. Science, not trends. We illuminate your path to health. Subscribe to the channel and join me next time to learn the truth about the body. Turn on notifications, and every time a new video is published, your health knowledge elevates to the next level. See you next time.